Imagine driving home from an awesome, relaxing weekend trip, right? You're completely refreshed. Until about a week later, you open your mail and boom, there's a jarring $20 invoice waiting for you. It's an incredibly frustrating experience for any driver. But hey, the really good news is it is 100% avoidable. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to walk through the ultimate stress-free solution for your daily commute.
Because look, here is the harsh reality. Paying your tolls by plate, it literally costs roughly double what it costs to just use a transponder. By simply setting up a prepaid account and getting a transponder, you are saving over $2.50 per crossing, just vanishing. I mean, if you're crossing those bridges every single day, that money adds up incredibly fast.
All right, let's jump right into the agenda for This Explainer. First, we'll do an introduction to RiverLink, then we'll look at choosing your transponder. After that, we'll cover the step-by-step application process, installation and activation, some usage tips and best practices, and we'll wrap it all up with FAQs and troubleshooting.
Okay, kicking things off with Section 1. Introduction to RiverLink, what it is and why it matters.
So RiverLink is the all-electronic tolling system for the Abraham Lincoln, JFK Memorial, and Lewis and Clark bridges connecting Kentucky and Indiana. Picture this, absolutely no toll booths, no slamming on your brakes, and no digging around your cup holder for loose change. It is totally seamless. The cameras and sensors simply capture your crossing automatically. But here's the catch. If you don't have a transponder, the system just snaps a photo of your license plate and, well, mails you one of those expensive invoices we just talked about.
Moving right along to Section 2, choosing your transponder, local versus easy pass. So, we know we absolutely need a device to get that lowest rate. But RiverLink actually offers two distinct hardware options depending entirely on your specific travel habits.
You basically choose between the RiverLink local transponder, which is absolutely perfect if you are a daily local commuter, or the RiverLink EasyPass transponder, which is really built for regional travel across a bunch of different states.
Let's break that down a bit more. The local transponder is essentially just a thin sticker. And get this, your first one per vehicle is totally free. But it only works on the local bridges, and it is strictly non-transferable. If you try to peel that sticker off, you'll actually break the internal antenna inside. On the flip side, the EasyPass is a physical hard case. It costs a flat $15, but you can move it between vehicles on your account. It works on the massive 16-plus state EasyPass network, and honestly, it's the highly recommended option if you ride a motorcycle.
All right, Section 3, the step-by-step application process, getting your transponder fast.
Hands down, the absolute fastest way to get set up is online at riverlink.com or just by giving them a call. You literally just enter your vehicle details, make, model, color, license plate, and you fund a minimum $20 opening balance. And here's the coolest part. Simply setting up this prepaid account immediately secures that lower transponder rate for you based on your license plate. Yeah, you get the discount even before the actual physical hardware shows up in your mailbox, which usually takes about 10 business days.
Now what if you're in a rental car? Or maybe you're just visiting town for the weekend? Well, you can actually run into a local retail store like Kroger, Speedway, Thornton's, or 5 Star and grab a starter kit. It is ready to go right away. Just be totally aware that you're going to pay a $3 one-time activation fee at checkout, plus a $1.50 fee every single time you reload it at the store. Oh, and those retail kits? Completely non-refundable. You can, however, go online later and fully register that transponder to finally ditch those pesky reload fees.
Okay, Section 4. Installation and activation, doing it right the first time. Because acquiring the device is really only half the battle here. To actually get the system to read it and avoid those expensive pay-by-plate rates, proper installation is absolutely crucial.
If you don't mount this thing correctly, the gantry sensors overhead will just miss it. You have to mount the transponder directly to the inside of your windshield when the glass is between 50 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Clean the glass thoroughly, let it dry, carefully peel the backing, and place it high and centered, just slightly to the right of your rearview mirror. You want to keep it exactly 3 inches away from any metal, window tint, or defroster lines. And whatever you do, avoid placing it over those little black ceramic dots around the mirror. That's called the frit, and it can literally completely block the radio signal.
So what does this mean if you drive something a little different? You might be wondering about exceptions, like what if you ride a motorcycle, or maybe you drive a car with a specialized windshield.
For those specialty situations, the rules do change. Like we mentioned earlier, motorcyclists really shouldn't use the sticker. You need that rugged EasyPass hard case, ideally paired with a weatherproof mount for your handlebars or windscreen. And if you have an athermal, like a heat-reflecting metallic windshield, you need to check your vehicle's owner manual. You're looking for specific, untreated RF window zones.
Those are basically untinted spots where the signal can actually pass through the glass.
All right, Section 5, Usage Tips and Best Practices for Managing Your Account. Because once your transponder is perfectly installed, managing your account efficiently is the absolute best way to ensure you never face unexpected late fees or collections.
Remember, you only pay the lowest toll rates when you have a positive balance. So, my biggest tip? Set up auto replenishment. And don't just use a primary card, add a secondary backup credit card too. Because honestly, an expired credit card is the #1 enemy of a cheap commute. Make sure to tailor your replenishment level to match your actual monthly toll usage, so your balance never drops below that $20 minimum threshold without you noticing. And speaking of high usage, I want you to remember this magic number, 40. Because if you make 40 crossings in a single calendar month using a passenger vehicle with a local transponder, a massive 50% discount is retroactively triggered. It's like RiverLink suddenly decides to pay you back for being a supercommuter, severely dropping your rate for every single trip you took that entire month.
Section 6, FAQs and Troubleshooting, Solving Common Issues. To wrap up this explainer, let's do a rapid fire of some frequently asked questions and troubleshooting tips, just to make sure you have all your bases completely covered.
Here is a big one. What if you sell your vehicle or get new plates? Listen closely. You must physically remove the transponder from the car. Yes, that will completely destroy the local sticker, and that is perfectly fine, but you must also immediately go online and unregister that license plate from your account. If you don't do this, you will quite literally be funding the new owner's road trips. Peel it off and log in immediately.
Next question. What if you already have an Easy Pass from Illinois, Ohio, or another state? The answer is yes. Any valid Easy Pass works perfectly on RiverLink bridges to get you that cheap transponder rate. However, you should definitely note that out-of-state transponders will not qualify for that awesome local frequent user discount we just talked about.
Okay, what if you log in and see your auto-replenishment failed? Don't panic. It almost always fails simply because the credit card on file expired. Remember that backup card we literally just talked about? This is exactly why adding a secondary payment source is absolutely vital to keeping your account in good standing.
Now, what if you are watching this right now and you already have a pile of expensive toll invoices sitting on your desk? Well, you are in luck. RiverLink offers this amazing one-time fee forgiveness program for each license plate. When you finally go online and open a new prepaid account, they will completely wipe out your accumulated late fees, and they'll even roll your past tolls back down to the cheaper transponder rate. It's a total lifesaver. Just a quick disclaimer before we finish up today. Tolling policies, procedures, and exact rates can definitely evolve over time. So always make sure to verify the most current information directly from the official RiverLink website just to be safe. So, with everything we've covered in this explainer, from choosing between the local sticker and the portable Easy Pass to absolutely perfecting that windshield installation, are you ready to finally take control of your commute? Seriously, take a few minutes today to set up your account online, utilize that fee forgiveness program if you need it, and keep that extra money in your wallet where it belongs. After all, with the cost of everything else going up, isn't it time you stopped tipping the toll cameras?